You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics, and we're going to talk Pro Bowl. Want to give a congratulations to 7 members of the Cincinnati Bengals football team that got Pro Bowl mention. And, you know, with success comes individual honors. Last year, wasn't any Pro Bowlers to talk about. Year before that, wasn't any Pro Bowl to talk about. This year, winning football games, in position to win the division, with the team success comes individual accolades. And that's the thing. Over the years, I have mixed feelings, mixed emotions about the Pro Bowl, because I remember teammates that played great football, didn't get in the Pro Bowl. I remember teammates that didn't have great years, but got in the Pro Bowl because they had made the Pro Bowl 3 times in a row. So it wasn't like an automatic. I do think every single one of these players deserve mention to the Pro Bowl. Let me make that perfectly clear. I do think some probably could have even got bigger mention in terms of Pro Bowl honor than they got. My only hope is none of them play in the Pro Bowl, because if play in the Super Bowl, you can't play in the Pro Bowl. So that would be ideal. And I think all the players that have gotten some kind of Pro Bowl mention feel the same way. Ja'Marr Chase, though, he goes to the Pro Bowl as a rookie, as a starter. 6th player in Bengals franchise history to be a Pro Bowl starter as a rookie. Heck of an accomplishment for Ja'Marr Chase. And his numbers, bear it out. There's no question. He leads all rookies in yards, average per catch, longest touchdown reception of 82 yards, in terms of 10 touchdowns. That across the board, he leads rookies in all categories, and he's amongst the league leaders in the National Football League in all categories. So he's a starter in the Pro Bowl and has earned that right. 1,038 yards already. Pretty impressive for Ja'Marr Chase, averaging 17 yards a catch and 10 touchdowns. Very strong. Joe Burrow, second alternate. Everybody in Cincinnati feels that Joe Burrow should have a better recognition than second alternate. I can't argue with that. Joe Burrow's numbers: 6th in the National Football League in quarterback rating, 4th in touchdown percentage, 8th in touchdowns, 26 touchdown passes, 3rd in yards per attempt, 8.37 yards per attempt, 4th in completion percentage, 68.7%, 8th in yards passing, 3,640 yards. He's got 10 passes of 40 yards or more, tied for 3rd most in the NFL. 48 passes of 20 yards or more, 7th in the National Football League. 3rd down, the money down. Joe Burrow has 1,065 yards passing, 3rd most in the NFL. 73.3% completion percentage, best in the NFL. 9.18 yards per pass attempt, 2nd best in the NFL. Quarterback rating of 103.6, 7th best in the National Football League. Joe Burrow is a Pro Bowler. No said. But second alternate, congratulations, Joe Burrow. Joe Mixon makes the Pro Bowl team at the running back position. And Ja'Marr Chase, Joe Burrow, and Trey Hendrickson are all going to the Pro Bowl if the Bengals don't make the Super Bowl and they continue to remain healthy and can play in the Pro Bowl. Joe Mixon, second in terms of carries in the National Football League, 2nd in rushing yards, 3rd in touchdowns. He's got 12 touchdowns. He's got 1,094 rushing yards, and he's carried the ball 262 times. He's got 33 first downs rushing, 4th most in the league. 1,298 scrimmage yards, 6th most in the league. Joe Mixon is a Pro Bowler. Sam Hubbard. Sam Hubbard is a 4th alternate. Gets mentioned in that category. Sam Hubbard has got 7.5 sacks, tied for 21st in the National Football League. The game that he had against the Baltimore Ravens the first time, 2.5 sacks. He defended a pass, knocked a pass down. He was all over the football field. Hopefully he does that again against the Baltimore Ravens this weekend. But Sam Hubbard leads all defensive linemen for the Cincinnati Bengals with 55 total tackles. He's recovered 2 fumbles. He's got 7.5 quarterback sacks. Sam Hubbard, 4th alternate to the Pro Bowl. Larry Ogunjobi, had a sack and a half the last game against the Baltimore Ravens. Larry Ogunjobi, inside defensive tackle pass rusher. He's got 7 quarterback sacks, tied for 26th in the National Football League. A disruptive force inside, snap after snap, game after game for the Cincinnati Bengals defensive line. He's having a great year. He's a 4th alternate. As I said, the 3 players that made the Pro Bowl, Jamar Chase is a starter, Joe Mixon at running back, and Trey Hendrickson at defensive end. 13 sacks, 5th most in the NFL. At least a half sack in 10 straight games. That is the longest active streak in the National Football League, tied for 5th longest all time. 10 straight games. He's got at least a half a sack in 12 of 14 games the Cincinnati Bengals have played this year. His consistency is phenomenal. Mike Hilton, slot cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals. They signed him from the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best slot cornerbacks in the National Football League. He can blitz. He can cover. His diagnosis is incredible in terms of making quick reads with screens. The screen game on the perimeter, he is outstanding, making plays on that. Mike Hilton has brought an attitude to the Cincinnati Bengals. He's played on a lot of good football teams with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He knows what it takes. He's got a very, very big presence in the locker room. Mike Hilton has made a big difference in this football team, 5th alternate to the Pro Bowl. And then for special teams, that's the good news is all phases, offense, defense, special teams. Deep snapper Clark Harris, 2nd alternate to the Pro Bowl. Can't take for granted the operation in the kicking game. Evan McPherson doesn't. You have a 2nd alternate Pro Bowler snapping to a guy who has made the Pro Bowl as a punter, and he's a great holder as well, Kevin Huber. Evan McPherson knows that operation never messes up. The snap, the hold are always perfect. Evan McPherson is taking advantage of it. 9 for 10 in terms of field goals, 50 yards or more. Congratulations, all the Cincinnati Bengals that got Pro Bowl mention. It's outstanding. You've got 3 on offense, 4 on defense, and 1 on special teams. 8 players, not 7, 8 players mentioned to the Pro Bowl. With success, with team success, comes individual recognition. That's the way it's always been. And the Cincinnati Bengals richly deserve all of these players being nominated like they were.
At First Star Logistics, we're a very strict company that really puts the pressure on our employees. Breaks? What are those?
That's what I'm talking about, Icky. Get the body right, then the mind's right. You know,
gotta get that body right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Become a star with a chance to earn the highest commission percentages in the industry as a freight broker agent. Check out firststarlogistics.com.